A while ago, I moved back home after my first semester in college, but it just didn't feel quite like home. You see, when I moved for school myself, my family also moved to a small town because my dad got a new job. And so when I came home, here I was in the middle of this little town, and I knew nobody. Coming home for my first semester, I wanted to get a job and save money for my future, so I quickly started applying for jobs. I applied everywhere, and the majority of places didn't even respond. It was really discouraging. Soon after, I started having pain all throughout my body, and it made simple tasks difficult to do. They say it's because I have a chronic pain disorder called fibromyalgia, and one of the main contributors to a flare-up is depression. No wonder I was hurting again. I was having no success in finding a job, but most of all, I felt alone. Eventually, it got to me, and I caved into my depression.
Ever wonder how people
I had no motivation to do anything, and so I did nothing. I spent the majority of my time watching TV, scrolling on my phone, or playing video games, and before I knew it, a month had passed. I often found myself longing for when things were good, where every day I would go out and have fun with my friends. And one day, as I was recalling the good times, I realized something. I realized I was running away from my problems and challenges. I was escaping through media, and I was absorbed in these pointless shows and games, and I spent hours scrolling on social media. It distracted me, and I didn't have to worry about my life. But by doing this, I let it take me captive, and it robbed me of who I am. I knew something had to change. First, I used an app called Opal to block all of the social media apps that distracted me. This was huge in taking back the time I lost. And with that time, I started doing the things I loved. I made art, played the guitar, went out into nature, and I was beginning to feel like myself again. But most importantly, it was making me happy. Now, one of the things I love doing is making videos, and in doing so, challenging myself and being creative. So I started working on making a new film of my own. To get started, I often get inspiration from my favorite films and art, and this is where I ran into another problem. I kept starting on a new project, but I would eventually compare my half-done project to the films and art that inspired me, and I would come to the conclusion that what I made would be no good in comparison. And so soon my motivation left once again, and I quit working on a film. Something similar began to happen with all my other hobbies and passions. I was not getting the same fulfillment anymore. I think I was just going through the motions. I knew what I liked to do, and so I forced myself to do those things. But I needed to take a step back and remember why I liked to do those things. For example, I remembered why I wanted to create a video. It was because I have a passion for being creative. I wanted to learn more about filmmaking and to get better, and hopefully impact others for the better. And so I started again, and I let my passion for creativity overcome my insecurities. So, what now? I wish I could say that everything has been great since, but that's not true at all. Life is hard and it will always be challenging. While working on this video, I faced many challenges and I honestly almost gave up. Sometimes it's important to take a step back and remember why you do the things you love. And oftentimes, that's enough to get you going again. The reason I shared my story with you was to show an example. I know everyone out there has hard trials, and that includes you. You have extremely difficult challenges. Don't belittle them. It's hard. But I learned that despite the hardships, we can create joy. I think it's good to look at life as a crazy thunderstorm. It may be chaotic and loud, but you can still go out and dance in the rain. This life is a gift, so don't waste your time. Disconnect from the distractions of the world to do the things you love and enjoy the small moments. And you will see that when you are truly present, this life is beautiful. Hey, if you made it to this point of the video, thank you so much for watching. It's something I've worked really, really hard on for a while now. And the message is something I truly believe in. I know that even though if you are going through a hard trial, you can find joy by putting away our distractions and doing the things you love. Like right now, I'm probably going through the hardest trial I've ever gone through. At least it feels like that at times, a lot of the time. But just because I'm going through that doesn't mean I can't do what I love. Like, I'm an artist, and so being creative, it brings me so much joy. Like working on this video, I just love it. And playing the guitar, I love it. And so just do the things you love. It's just, there's no better outlet. And like working on this video took a lot longer than I expected because of my pain, but it still was a worth it journey and a great experience. I learned so much and I had so much fun being creative. And so I'm going to continue creating art because it brings me joy. Yeah, so I would love for you guys to comment what you love or what brings you joy, and maybe even say something you're going to set aside so that you can focus on doing that more. Because it just, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't have something like I do. Like, being creative and creating art and sharing it with others fills me with so much happiness. And so if there's nothing that's coming to mind right away, I'd urge you to find something. There's so much beauty in this world. And make sure to spend time with those you love and share the fun of this world. It's just crazy how much time our phones and other things can take away from us. But also, it's okay to wind down, relax, let off some steam. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope all my rambling just made sense, and I hope you enjoyed the video. and it's something I worked very hard on. And so if you liked it, I would love it if you could subscribe, like it, and maybe even share it with somebody else that would appreciate the art or the message. Thank you so much. And there's one more thing I want you to do. Make sure to spread love.